And what's up, everybody? Welcome to Juice Opinions. This is number 26. It's a follow-up to last week where I did 5 ways the Wii U is better than the Switch, in my opinion. This is going to be 5 ways the Switch is better than the Wii U. And before I get started, just going to go over a few things. Ms. T's latest video about how the NX hasn't really launched yet. I thought that was a great video, and it's a great point. Yeah, the system came out when we got some games, but it really hasn't had a launched up to the upper stratosphere, I think, until we start getting some true exclusives like ARMS, like Splatoon 2, like Xenoblade, like Mario Odyssey. Once you have the great portable slash home console hybrid system with this awesome library of games, then I think that's when the Switch will really have officially not be, not launched in the way of releasing, but launch as far as ascending in the, to a new stratosphere or great sales. I predicted in one of Real Gamer 27's podcast before the Switch came out that the thing would sell 30 million by holiday 2018. Well, they're talking about having 16 mil sold, in the first year. So, I mean, that was very high, but it seems obtainable at this point. But anyway, I think once you have that first year library, all these awesome games, that's when the Switch will be ascended to this high level that we all pretty much know and think it's going to be. So yeah, that was a great video. And then he mentioned how before the Switch came out, there's all the rumors about the Wii U ports, and it was Mario Kart 8, which happened, Smash Brothers, Mario Maker, Splatoon, even Xenoblade Chronicles X. Those were the games mentioned. And other than Mario Kart 8, we got sequels to those, and we don't know about Smash Bros. That one might be the other one. The interesting thing is we did end up with a ton of Wii U ports so far, and they're not Nintendo ones, mainly. So we have, like Ms. T said, Shovel Knight came over. That launched on the Wii U. It's moved up. It was ported to other systems, but that's a Wii U game. Fast RMX. It's basically fast racing. I mean, it's a far superior version, in my opinion, which I'll talk about that game a little bit later. But definitely a Wii U game. It's Breath of the Wild, definitely a Wii U game. Mario Kart 8, for sure Wii U game, even though the new content and stuff looks very appealing to me. It's still a Wii U game. But then you got Lego City, and it seems like there was one more. Maybe not. It might be announced, and I just can't think of it. I don't think anything else that's out. So it's full of a lot of games that were on Wii U. Skylanders was on Wii U. So yeah, it wasn't what the games people said they were going to be, but it is, really thinking about it, it is full of Wii U games. I have Fast RMX. I had it on Wii U. I'm buying Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I have it on Wii U. So we really did get, a bunch of Wii U ports. It just wasn't the ones other than Mario Kart that people were saying. So it is interesting. And, I was pretty upset at the thought of that. But, when it's some third-party games or an indie game, it doesn't bother me. Now, if we weren't getting Splatoon 2, we were getting Splatoon 1.5 or Splatoon Deluxe. If Xenoblade Chronicles 2 wasn't shown and it was Xenoblade Chronicles X Deluxe, if it wasn't Super Mario Odyssey, it was Super Mario 3D World Deluxe, then, we'd have a different situation on our hands, and I'd be pretty upset. So while it is factually true that, most of the games out right now are available on Wii U, it's not the same situation that the rumors were suggesting that I was so against. And Mario Kart 8, the more I see, Amiibo Festival Deluxe, that's pretty funny, retro. The more I see about Mario Kart 8, the little tweaks that no one knew about definitely are nice. The being able to switch your cart and your character in the online lobby while you're waiting for the next race to start, that's a huge difference. Like that should have been updated on the Wii U version, you know, a long time ago. It didn't, but the battle modes, everybody loves the cops and robbers mode. Like that could be 100 hours in itself of online play. You know, the rest of the battle stuff. I mean, I got 250 hours in racing on the tracks, so that doesn't interest me as much as the battle modes. But the two items thing definitely could change. You know, could it be for the better or for the worse? Could you be getting hit with more shells? You know, we'll see. The new racers, I like. The Inklings look great. The new carts, you know, aren't nothing major, but a welcome addition. And then, you know, faster loading times, and there might be some other little things we don't even know about. So that to me, I was finally convinced. And then with Best Buy Gamers Club, I get the game for $45 out the door. It was pretty easy decision. And the reviews, it's crazy. Mario Kart 8 was like, what was it? It was in the mid to high 80s on Metacritic. And what I'm hearing right now, this deluxe version was at a 94, and I'm guessing it's going to drop to a 93, down, maybe even down to a 92. But that's really high praise, and it's like, you know, what is the difference? You know, in the battle mode, everyone loves the cops and robbers. So if the Wii U version had that battle mode, you know, would that have gotten the higher scores? So it just seems like everybody's loving it. It's definitely the definitive edition without doubt. You don't have to really feel like, man, I really could just keep playing the Wii U version. Well, and the other thing is, it's the first like big game that's going to be online, even though the app's not ready. IGN has, I'm sorry, Jose Otero, I like the guy. That's the laziest review I've seen in years. The first 2 minutes was him replaying what he said about Mario Kart 8 on Wii U. And then the next 2 minutes was him talking about some differences. And then, well, it's just sad that the online hasn't been changed. And this doesn't even mention the app coming out in the future. It's not even brought up. And then it just ends. The review ends. And it was like, that had to have been the laziest review I've ever seen in my life. Like, you could have wrote that and recorded it in 5 minutes. Like, it was pathetic. But anyway, review scores are looking good. I'm excited. And Digital Foundry did a little video, and it's only in 720p, 60 frames per second. Very curious. I don't know if that was a slip up or them wanting to downplay the difference between Wii U and Switch. It's hard to see the difference in a 1080p versus 720 when the video is only 720p. And that was on my phone and tablet. Let me look on my PC right now, because that, to me, they've been pretty positive about Nintendo. No doubt, this isn't a conspiracy theory. It's just weird. You're gonna, the first like big port, you know, they did it for Fast RMX as well, but the first Nintendo big port, and it's only in 720p when the biggest like visual difference is the resolution from Wii U to Switch. Like, that's just very curious to me. And I'm gonna see if maybe it was just on my phone or tablet. And then the thing I really wanted to talk about was the comment section. Like, I like Digital Foundry. I think the guys are good at what they do. I like seeing comparisons. If you're gonna put out a definitive edition, I want to know what, you know, the improvements are technically, and from just not just technically, but also other aspects. Yeah, it is a 1080p on my computer. That's weird. On my tablet and my phone, both Android, it was only 720p, 60 frames per second as an option. So yeah, it is 1080p. So forget that little conspiracy thing I have. I'll have to watch it on my computer. Yeah, Terrell, I didn't see your comment until I'd already figured that out. But yeah, I could show you right now on my phone. I thought at first, I was like, man, I'm like one of the first 100 people that watched this. I thought maybe it hadn't fully uploaded to YouTube at the full resolution. Oops. Yeah, so anyway, the comment section on Digital Foundry, I like the channel. I like what they do. The comment section is absolutely trash. Yeah, you can see. Probably ain't gonna work. It's too bright. There we go. It's out of focus, but you can tell that's only 720. I mean, it's fully scrolled. But anyway, just prove I'm not crazy. I wanted to do that. You know, good videos. I like some of their stuff. I don't watch a lot of it. Somebody in here typing Japanese or Chinese. That's crazy. Anyway, the comment section is just a disaster. It's full of the biggest, and you should, I mean, you're talking about videos that talk difference in graphics and stuff. And now this image looks terrible, but hopefully it auto adjusts. So I guess you can expect graphics horrors and people that care about visuals more than anything. But I'm reading some of these comments about the Switch, and it's just ignorant, and obviously they don't have it, and it's all about how weak it is or how crappy. Like, that's not a big enough jump from Wii U. This should have AA and the texture filtering, whatever that's called, and this and that. And it's like, dude, it's a Wii U port. They put most of their effort in adding new content. You know, so yeah, they didn't put anti-aliasing. They didn't put enhanced lighting or anything, but the game looks cleaner. The game looks better and runs at 60 frames per second in single and split screen. Only goes to 30 when you get 3 and 4 players. And all this other new stuff, and it's coming out within the first month. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, they could have added some bells and whistles here or there. I mean, I guess it wouldn't have ruined it. I mean, it would have only made the game better, but the comments were so negative about the Switch, about Nintendo. And then I see, well, actually, I just had enough, and I left a comment, and I was just like, yeah, I play on PC, PS4, and Switch, and all 3 of those have great looking games, period. And then I was like, remember, the Switch is about 1/10 the size of an Xbox One or PS4. So the graphics are actually really impressive as someone who owns one. And then some guy was just like, well, the Tegra X2 and the NVIDIA Shield, proves it can do more. Well, that's, as far as I know, if you talk about the TV one, that's not a portable system. I don't know if there's one that is portable and one that isn't. There's one that just hooks up to your TV or monitor, basically. So you want to have PS4 graphics. A, there goes your price up to $400 at least. B, there goes your battery life. Now you're looking at 1.5 to 2 hours. I just don't get what people, and I said this before. Let me dim this real quick. There. It just looks funny after I put my phone up to the screen. Looks bad to me. It's like Nintendo can't win. They make the thing more powerful, cost more. Well, man, this should be $300. Oh, the battery life's only 90 minutes. Oh man, Nintendo, the battery life needs to be at least 3 hours. You just can't win. And it's just funny that the standards that people hold to Nintendo is like, it's just crazy, and they don't use their mind, their logic, really. The thing's this, like, literally, like, it's that big. It's smaller than the Xbox One's power brick. Like, what do you expect? So anyway, let's see, Fast RMX. I just want to talk about that game real quick because I've really been getting into it. I'm winding down on Zelda. I'm still looking for that last shrine. I'm combing every area. I'm finding new areas all the time, but I'm running out of spots to, like, mark on my map where I haven't been. Got almost 300 Korok seeds, and I'm running out of places to go. I definitely think the shrine isn't going to trigger my Sheikah slate, the Sheikah sensor. There's been a few that haven't. 2 of them in which I had to light something on fire, a torch or something, create a fire, and had no Sheikah sensor going off, and then boom, a shrine popped. So it's going to be tough. So anyway, I've been playing other things. In Fast RMX, I finished the Supersonic League, and I got 3rd in a couple cups and 2nd in a couple, but mostly 1st. And I started Hypersonic. Holy crap. Like, I got 1st on all 3 races on the 1st cup. I got 1st on 2 and 3 and 3rd on 1 on the 2nd cup. And I got 1st on all of them on the 3rd cup. I'm doing pretty damn good in Hypersonic. And I want to talk about some of the improvements because I have Fast Racing Neo. I bought the DLC and the improvements to the game, which maybe make it easier because I'm not as experienced with fast racers like that, or whatever futuristic racers. But when you crash in Fast Racing Neo, you get put in the back, or if you were crashed at the end of a jump, you get put way to the back and you lose 4 or 5 positions, and give you a little bit of boost, but it was hard to catch up. In Fast RMX, it puts you back basically where you crashed or a little bit ahead. So if you were in first and you crashed, you might come back and be in third, maybe fourth. Whereas in Fast Racing Neo, you'd been in 7th or 8th probably. The controls, to me, especially the forget the name of the vehicle. It's like in the 3rd row down over a couple. It's burgundy red. It has full acceleration and then like one of the lowest top speeds. Controls phenomenal. But the biggest change is the customizable buttons. Now, my biggest complaint with Fast Racing Neo was the boost button was R. So in order to turn right with the ZR, that sharp turn and boost at the same time, I had to put 2 fingers up there. Well, with this customizable button layout, I put the boost at B, my phasing at X, and gas at A, and then I don't ever use the brake anyway. I can use ZR and ZL to do my sharp turning, and it's really was like took the game to another level for me. Like I can play. I feel like I'm so much more competent and good at the game. And whereas Hypersonic, in Fast Racing Neo, I gave up right away. In this game, I feel like I can compete. Now, maybe they did make it a little bit easier, but it works for me in the button layout. It might not have been a problem for like someone like Red Knight, but for me, as soon as I got that game, I downloaded it on the Wii U. I'm like, this is the boost button. I can't turn right and boost at the same time without 2 fingers. It was stupid. So that was a huge improvement. They just added the friends lobby and the time attack, which the time attack times are the closest I can get is 3 seconds to their time. So I'm struggling with that, but really enjoying the game. There's a couple tracks that weren't in Fast Racing Neo. I guess they come from the Wii version, Fast Racing or whatever. I think that's what it was called on the Wii. Really enjoying it, and I probably had 15 hours in the Wii U version, and I'm creeping up probably on 10 on the Switch version. And other than just graphical changes, I like all the other changes were for the better for me. And then the last thing, I was playing at lunch today at work and playing Fast instead of Zelda because, like I said, I'm running out of places to look. Tabletop mode has become my go-to when the thing's not docked to my TV. I really don't love handheld mode. I was just playing Samurai Showdown a little bit before the start of this podcast up. I was waiting for the time, and it's fun, but it's just not as comfortable. And tabletop mode to me is the way to do it because the split Joy-Cons, I love them. I don't play when my TV, when it's docked on my TV, I'm playing with the Pro Controller, but the Joy-Cons split works perfect for me, and especially for fast racing or a game you're not using the right analog stick for the camera. So I'm really like tabletop mode is amazing. Yeah, I wish the kickstand had a couple different degrees you could have the switch angled, but someone pointed out you can use the Wii U gamepad stand, not the charging stand, but the other stand that came with the Wii U, and it puts it at a better angle depending on your if it's at like on a high shelf or something, or a high bar top, yeah, the standard stand works great. But if you're more above it, if it's more like a kitchen counter or lower, it's nice to have more angle, so you can see better. So yeah, it's I'm really loving it, and that's how I was playing. I played 3 cups of Hypersonic in tabletop mode with split Joy-Cons, and I got first on all 3. So I mean, it's pretty awesome. I was pretty happy about that. The music is good, just like it always was. And, it's a little loud. I adjust the volume down a couple notches because just a volume match like Zelda or another game, it's super loud, still a little louder than it probably should be. But just very enjoyable. And it looks great, obviously. plays great. And yeah, I haven't tried split screen yet. I will say I have not tried split screen on the Switch screen. I did on the TV, but not on the 6-inch screen. So I don't know how that would be, but really enjoying it. So let's get into this. 5 ways the Switch is better than the Wii U. And I do want to say my number 6 last week for the Wii U, it could have been 5. It probably should have been 5. Would have been the ability to share screenshots with friends on, privately using Miiverse, the messaging system. You could share a screenshot. Let's say it was a spoiler to like the general public, but like whoever, let's say for Breath of the Wild, it would have been Red Knight and Robert. I knew would beat it before me. I could have sent them screenshots of Ganon directly. I posted a couple on Twitter and quickly deleted them to save them to my phone, but the Wii U, you could actually send screenshots privately to people. So that probably would have been my number 5 had I thought of it. So with that in mind, let's do my number 5 for 5 ways the Switch is better than the Wii U. And the reason I brought up what I was just talking about is my number 5 is the instant screenshot capabilities of the Switch. Apparently the video recording's coming, but just hit that button, snap a screenshot. You can upload it later to Twitter if you want, Facebook, I guess. You don't, like from the Wii U, you had to hit the home button, go to the internet browser or Miiverse, and post the shot there. Some games had it from like the menu in the game. You could hit start in the game and post it without getting out. But most of the games you had to hit the home button. You had to load up the browser. You had to go to the Wii U image share. You had to get that set up with your Twitter password and stuff. And then if you didn't do it for a while, you had to re-log in or whatever. And that was the only way to get a screenshot. So then I could take it off my phone or something, or try posting to Google Plus from the Wii U, and usually the page was too large and had problems. So just be able to instantly snap a shot during heavy action, or fast racing, fast RMX, or some, Zelda, when I'm fighting Ganon, I snapped a bunch of screenshots and then I can upload them later. So I love that instant screenshot. The PS4 has the share button, but it's like a 3-second delay. It's hard to get the right shot unless absolutely standing still. So to me, that's a huge improvement over the Wii U. For someone like me that loves taking screenshots, I would show you my phone, but again, probably going to mess up. But I save a lot of my screenshots that I post on Twitter. Yeah, you can't see, but yeah, I have over 100 just from Twitter of gaming screenshots. Then I made a separate folder for game capture for all my Xenoblade. So I really love that feature. All right, let's go to number 4. A way the Switch is better than the Wii U, and that's just the size of the system, the footprint that it takes up on my entertainment stand. I love the size of the dock and the lack of a big old power brick. The Wii U had 2 power bricks, one fairly big one for the system and like a medium-sized one for the gamepad. So it's less clutter behind my entertainment stand, and if I ever want to just move the dock, it's going to be really simple. And then when it's sitting there, it just takes up so little space. It's awesome. Even if it wasn't portable, if it's just that size, that's so cool to me. I like it. I was worried about if the system was too big about actually being out of the docket without hitting the shelf above, but it worked out perfect. So I just love the system, especially having an AC adapter, so have a big old power brick. And like I said earlier, the Xbox One's power bricks probably volume size, the volume of it total is probably bigger than the Switch's full volume. They're not going to be the same dimensions, but so I love that. So number 3 is the speed of the boot up, the OS. I shut down every time I take my Switch on the go, in my case. I power it off completely, just because I don't want it to kick on to download an update, or I don't want it running at all sealed up in that. So I'd turn it off, and even from completely turned off to turn the system on, it's like 5-6 seconds, and it's ready. And then to boot up games, it's quick. Just everything's about it's fast. Yeah, it's bare bones, and we'll see what happens when they add the online app and they eventually get Netflix or the video recording. we'll see what happens then. But it's just snappy. You know, the eShop doesn't load up a whole lot faster than the Wii U's, but just overall, I mean, to be able to put the system in sleep mode, you know, it's like the 3DS. You just close it with the 3DS. With this one, you hit the button once, sleep mode. Like it's in sleep mode right now, and it's like it's awake, you know. And I could go continue playing Samurai Showdown, and I want to put it sleep mode. So just the whole resume, suspend the game. You know, on Wii U, you could hit the home button and go to the internet browser and get back to your game, but you couldn't just go out, completely turn the system off, or put the system in sleep mode and come back to it quickly. Even the quick startup that they added, it never was that quick. So I just love the speed of it. Number two, the quality, obviously the resolution of the screen. The Switch's screen is just light years beyond the Wii U. You know, going back to the Wii U, I put the brightness all the way up just to even have it look semi-decent. And the Switch's screen is just amazing, especially games that run at native 720p. You know, like Snake Pass runs like 540 or something p in portable mode, but the games that run at native look great. I was just playing Samurai Showdown. I mean, it looks better on the screen than it does on my TV. Zelda looks great on the screen, and Fast Racing Neo looks amazing on the screen. And on the Wii U, the off TV on the gamepad was 480p. You could see like the not really the screen door effect, but just the lack of detail in like text and stuff, like trying to read the menus of Xenoblade Chronicles X and off screen on the gamepad. Forget about it, you know. So yeah, this screen, it's amazing screen. It's not OLED like my phone. My phone obviously, you know, was $600 phone when it was new. Now the new Samsungs, I guess, are $1,000 for the new S8s or whatever. And it's like, this is a $300 device. Comes with, you know, the dock, AC adapter, controllers, and the screen, all for $300, and it looks fantastic. And I don't know what you would need a 1080p screen for, really, because I think even watching Netflix and stuff is going to look great on that screen because of the quality of the screen. And if it's just Netflix runs at 720p, it's going to look great. I mean, if it's 1080 downscaled, it's going to look great on that screen. So it's just amazing. Yeah, they could have spent more money and they could have had state-of-the-art screen, but the system would have been way more expensive and would have been worth it. But yeah, compared to the Wii U, yeah, I turned the Wii U back on a couple different times now, and the first time I was like, wow, this looks terrible compared to, you know, the Switch. What my eyes were used to seeing. It's not maybe that bad going back to the Wii U, but the screen on the Switch is definitely a huge improvement. So my number one way that the Switch is better than Wii U, and I feel like all five of these are significant, whereas the Wii U things that was better, the first couple were pretty weak, maybe in the first three. So number one is that here's my Switch. Here's everything I need to play the games that I have. It's fully portable. The gamepad teased that. I couldn't play from my bathroom. It just wouldn't reach. So I could play in my basement directly below the Wii U, and I could play in my kitchen on the other wall, you know, other side of the wall from the Wii U. But I couldn't play in my bedroom. As like I said, couldn't play in the bathroom. You know, couldn't really take it that far. Or a Switch, I can play it at work. I can play it at my parents' house. I could play it waiting at a restaurant. We were waiting for forever to get seated. You know, my system's always with me, and that's awesome. And the Wii U, you know, teased us with that, but the Switch fully realized it, and it's going to be hard to not have my system be fully portable. You know, PS4, it's still there. I still have it. It's just not as exciting knowing that if I bought Horizon or something, that I can only play it when I'm at home. You know, I'm gonna be playing Switch at lunch, and I'm gonna go home and I'll play my PS4 now. Like, it'd be so nice to be able to play all my games on the go. So we're gonna be spoiled. It's gonna be hard. I don't know we'll ever have to, but it's gonna be hard if we're ever asked to go back from Nintendo and Sony and Microsoft. I think they're going to do new systems, I don't see how they can't make a hybrid. Maybe they won't. We'll see. But yeah, that's my number one way I feel the Switch is better than the Wii U. And some people are like, oh, of course the Switch is better in every way. Well, if you watched my video last week, I don't think the Switch is better in every way. And I still love the Wii U. It's still my favorite system of all time, mostly because of the library of great games. And I do love the Miiverse. So we'll see where the Switch ends up in 4 years, 5 years from now. But yeah, so great system. I like it. I like the portable aspect way more than I thought I would. And like I said, tabletop mode is my saving grace because my my old hands and wrists just don't like portable gaming. That's why I didn't play my 3DS much. And it hasn't been turned on in this year, I don't think, since whenever Federation Force came out and I beat that. It was probably the last time I played it. My 3DS, so tabletop mode, split Joy-Cons. I could play with the Pro Controller and tabletop if I wanted to. Yeah, I really have enjoyed the portable aspect way more, even though out of my 200 hours of my Switch time, I think maybe 15 hours or less, probably 12 to 15 hours has been undocked. All the rest has been docked. So it hasn't been a ton, but it's been more than I thought and way more enjoyable than I was expecting. And it's just awesome to be able to play Zelda Breath of the Wild at work on lunch. You know, it's like OJ says it all the time. And it's like, it's so true. But anyway, that's it for my list. To the live viewers, I want to be, and I don't know how many people can play this at once, but I'm going to be testing out Bomberman finally. It hasn't been on my Switch since March 3rd. I played it for 10, 15 minutes. This new update, supposedly, someone even saying it runs at 60 frames per second now in this campaign mode. I don't know. But Terrell and Mizza myself so far, we're going to try playing, you know, probably around 8:30, maybe 8:30 to 9 Eastern time. Like I said, I don't know how the lobby system works. I don't know how many 4 people. I thought it was an 8-player. Can there only be 4 friends? Because it says 1 to 8. Can there only be 4 friends together in a group? But other than after this, I'm going to play Fast RMX. So I'll post that on Twitter or on Google Plus. And how many hours? That's about an hour retro. Yeah, probably around an hour from now. Maybe maybe do some test runs. But yeah, most everybody watching this I've added as a friend, knowing Mario Kart 8's coming out, and now that we got Fast RMX has the friends lobby. But yeah, we're gonna try some Bomberman, see how that goes. I guess if there's only 4 person in a friends lobby, then you know only got room for 1 more. I don't know. Mizza T is usually a little late, so we'll see if anybody's got Bomberman R and wants to play. Let me know on Twitter or whatever. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, Mario Kart 8, you know, that's going to be a good test. We know that there's no voice chat or anything right now. The online app is not here, but I'm going to be doing tournaments, and I think they're going to be battle mode tournaments. So look forward to that. Picking that up Friday, maybe do a tournament Friday night or Saturday. Do some battle mode stuff because, like I said, I've raced enough. I've raced those tracks enough. I mean, I'll still race from here and there. I'll probably still try to get 3 stars and in all the cups. Just say I did. You know, I was playing the other night. Played on my projector because I moved my Wii U, and I think I might have brought this up last week, but on the 82-inch screen on my Sony 1080p projector, Mario Kart 8 looks fantastic, and it's still fun. I still got it. You know, I'm still getting first 200cc, whatever. Yeah, you're playing it on Wii U. Well, who are you playing it with? Because in a week, yeah, there's not gonna be money unless you just play with randoms. And the battle mode, I'm sorry, like that sold me. All the details about the battle mode, all the praise about the cops and robbers. And I'll be playing for free right now too. I'll be paying for a while, but yeah. I mean, if you don't have a Switch, you don't have a Switch. You know, if you can still play Mario Kart 8. I was just playing it a couple nights ago. It's still fun, and there's still people playing it online. But if you want to play in the Juices Loose battle mode tournament, it's going to have to be on Switch. So You know, you don't have to defend it. Sidekick, you know, online for free equals graphics. I'm not buying it because of the graphics improvements. That would not be justification at all, because it's a beautiful looking game on Wii U. So battle mode, extra characters, and the $45 I'm paying for it, I wouldn't pay $60 full price. So but yeah, I can understand if someone doesn't feel it's worth the upgrade. I know Terrell, I don't think you're getting it. Eric Steelfox isn't going to rebuy it, and I completely understand. But just, you can't use the free online and stuff. I mean, yeah, it is free online, but in a couple weeks, I think there's gonna be a lot less people playing it. So, you know, the community is going to move, and if you want to have consistent online match, especially with friends and stuff, I mean, it's just, you might just have to bite the bullet, hope for a price drop at some point, pick it up, unless you absolutely, you know, don't feel you ever need to play it again. But for me, it was a little bit of a tough sell at the beginning, and then once I saw the full details of the new battle mode with all the different modes, it's not just, you know, balloon pop or whatever. Looks really fun. So look forward to some Juices Loose tournaments, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and probably start next Friday night. But yeah, so anyway, and Terrell said there is 8 online in Friends Lobby. So yeah, if you got Bomberman R, and in about an hour, if you're watching this live, obviously if you're watching this on the replay, we're not talking to you. Hit me up on Twitter, Hillian Explorer. If you don't have my friend code, let's see. Let me get the old Switch started up, and I will reduce the brightness here, just so I can put it up to the screen. All right, friend code. And you might have to pause this. Oh, it's that small. Shit. Yeah, you can't really see it. So I'll just, it's 078012362817. So you can play that back, pause it. I'll post it on Twitter in a little bit here. So if you're not following me on there, do so. And yeah, good talking to everybody, and we'll see how this Bomberman goes. I mean, this could be what sells me on the game. You know, I've had it since March 3rd, and I haven't touched it really. So we'll see how it goes. Fast RMX, see how that goes, and then get ready for Mario Kart 8. And this could be the beginning of the online shenanigans on the Switch. So, and then eventually when we get ARMS, Splatoon, in the online app, we'll really get to go full on with it and see how it goes. But until next week, everybody enjoy gaming, and we'll see you next time.